Hopefully you can all hear me loud and clear. I am the fabulous Simon Ellson, and I always say that because on a Monday morning when I walk into the office, everybody says, "How are you?" And I say, "I'm fabulous." Mindset. We're going to talk a little bit about mindset before I get into kind of the planning phase of what we talk about. But first I want to do two things. I'm going to ask you all to stand up, if you'd be so kind. It's been a long morning, and it was very early, right, when you got started. So we're just going to put a little bit of energy back into the room. So I'd just like you all to stretch as high as you possibly can in the air. High as you possibly can, and you're all going to move to the left. As far as you can, stretch all the way over. That's it. All the way to the right. Hands on your hips. And just a little wiggle of the hips. We call this doing the Danny. I have no idea why that is, but and now if you can, touch your toes. Very good. Thank you very much. If you grab a seat. So we always do that because you've been sitting on your backsides for a long time, right? You need to get the blood flowing a little bit. I'm going to ask you to do a few things, a little bit of audience participation. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what coaching is. Everybody know what business coaching is? I'm sure you can hazard a guess. Anybody had a personal trainer in the gym? If you've had a personal trainer in the gym, you know pretty much what coaching is. So I'd like you to just stay seated, but reach into the air as high as you possibly can. And now just go another 5 centimeters higher. That's coaching. Okay, you do that in the gym, you do that in your business. We make you work harder to make your business work for you. So mindset and planning. Oh, this is a Toy Town remote control. I love that. Just 2 buttons. Anybody recognize this fine fellow? Henry Ford. Very good. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Every thought that goes through your head every day controls your actions, controls what you are likely to achieve in your business or achieve in your personal life. Wise man. Henry Ford died in 1947. Loads of quotes attributed to this guy, but that's one of my all-time favorites. What the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Anybody recognize that quote? Brilliant book. If you haven't read Think and Grow Rich, written in 1937. Napoleon Hill. Highly recommend that book. Anybody recognize this guy? What you say to yourself about yourself when you buy yourself is true. Oh God, I don't like Mondays. Oh God, I don't want to go to the office today. Oh God, I don't want to do that presentation. Oh God, I don't want to see that client. That's all negative self-talk. Why am I fabulous on a Monday? Because I tell myself I'm fabulous on a Monday. How do I get up when the alarm clock goes off at 6 o'clock in the morning? I tell myself I'm going to get up at 6 o'clock. I never hit the snooze button. Why would I do that? Time's a wasting. Lots of great things to be doing during the day. What you say to yourself about yourself when you buy yourself is true. Think about that. Okay, so here's the interactive part. Sorry, another interactive part. What's your favorite day of the week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So let's have a show of hands. Monday. Who's the favorite day of the week is Monday? Put your hand up. Oh man, 1. Tuesday, hands up. Wednesday, hands up. Hump day, as it's often referred to, middle of the week. Thursday. Come on then, Friday. The vast majority. So why Friday? Why Friday? Why not Monday? I forgot to ask for permission to be the coach. So as the coach, I get to ask lots of questions that people always want to answer because, of course, I'm there to help them. So we don't operate like a business consultancy. We are a coaching practice. And so our skill is in asking questions and prompting people to find the solution to the problem that they have. So why Friday? Anybody care to answer the question, why Friday?
Because I've made it through the week.
Because you've made it through the week. Now there's a bit of negative self-talk for you. Anybody else?
When I do my apprenticeship study.
Say that once more.
When I do my apprenticeship study.
Okay, that's on a Friday. Okay, good. Well, so there's a good reason. So self-education, massively important. If you choose to do that on a Friday, why wouldn't Friday be your favourite day of the week? But if you think about it, of all the people, 40-odd million people that work in this country, the vast majority hate Mondays. Why would you hate Mondays? Typically because you don't enjoy your work, you don't enjoy the company you work for or the job that you do, and if you don't, you should change it. Do a job you love, you'd never work a day in your life. I have the best job in the world. I get to help people all day long to achieve more, and they pay me for it. It's like the perfect job. Never worked in a job where I've enjoyed it so much on a day-to-day basis. So think about it. Why do you say to yourself Monday is your least favourite day of the week? So belief. Belief, focus, resilience, intention, all really, really important words, quite often not focused on in the right way. So how important is belief? So it'll make you smile, I hope. The 6 inches between your ears are the most important 6 inches in your life. This controls everything that we do. It controls our future prospects. It controls how well we do our job, how well we look after our children, how long we live, how healthy we are. This is the most important 6 inches of our body, of our life. So you need to take care of it. You need to work it. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the better it'll reward you. So self-education, reading books. How many people read business books on a regular basis? Show of hands. That's a very disappointing 10% of the audience. So I have to ask the question as the coach, why? Why? You're not interested in developing yourselves? You're not interested in doing better? You're not interested in achieving your goals? Because if you are interested in those things, you have to educate yourself. You have to exercise this muscle. You have to make it work for you. And if you do, it'll reward you. So I could put up loads of pictures here of successful people who've made it because they read a book a week, or because they study, or because they watch videos, or because they learn. There are so many people that are great examples of that. If only 10% of you are reading a business book on a regular basis, you need to change your habits. You need to pick, and I can give you a book recommendation list as long as you're on. And if you're not particularly good at reading, Audible is a great way to do it. So I drove down here 2.5 hours yesterday. I listened to an entire Audible book on the way down. I listened to another one on the way back home. Education, continued education, your education is massively, massively important. So belief is important. Resilience. Boy, have we needed some of that in the last 18 months. How resilient have you been? How have you weathered the storm? Did you take the opportunity when work wasn't quite as pressured as it might have been to educate yourself? I suspect not, based on that show of hands in terms of book reading. Focus. We spend a lot of time with business owners on how they focus their time and attention on the day. Last year was overwhelmed for a lot of people. So much stuff going on that their focus disappeared. Somebody mentioned earlier on, no planning in business. I'll come to that in a few moments. But your mindset and the way you think about things is so important to what you do on a day-to-day basis. I'll give you a very quick example. I was heading off on a chairlift very recently, and there was a young lady and a daughter behind me. And I get on the chairlift, and I can hear the mother saying to the daughter, "You can't go on the chairlift, you can't go on the chairlift, you'll die." Well, what do you think that does for the daughter? Negative mindset, negative talk, really, really bad. You've got to think positively about everything you do. So what's your favourite day of the week now? Monday? One show of hands at the back there. Well done, Michelle. Okay, anybody familiar with Paretos Law? The 80-20 rule? We talk to lots of businesses, hundreds of businesses a year. 80% of the problems with the business are a result of the business owner's mindset. Oh my God, I can't get my team to do what I want. oh my God, this is never going to happen. The business owner's mindset prevents the business from developing. So we spend a lot of time on mindset with our clients. Pareto, of course, also controls everything else in your life. So 80% of the results in your business typically come from 20% of the action that you perform. 20% of the sales team generate 80% of the results, and so on. I always think about everything I look at, 80-20, 80-20. How many people in the room are engaged? Well, I'm hoping it's 80 rather than the 20. Paretos Law rules everything. So just going back to last year for a few moments. So challenging times, right? Last year. I mentioned resilience a little earlier on. So negative self-talk, the way you phrase things and the way you say things to yourself are really, really important. There's a list of issues from last year, 2020, or from this year, last year, 2021. COVID, global supply chain issues, increased costs, furlough ending, oh my God, job availability is high, recruitment, staff retention's terrible, my loan repayments are starting. The world is on a go-slow. Crikey, if you try to get anything delivered these days, it takes 3 times longer than it did a year ago. So we never talk about issues because, of course, every issue in your business is an opportunity, right? So here we are. We're in the COVID recovery phase. We're not depressed by COVID. We're in the recovery phase. We're coming out of it. What are we going to do? The world is returning to normal. So what do you need to do to make sure that you have an absolutely fabulous 2022? You need to think about what your business is going to do next year. So I am going to ask for a show of hands. Don't be shy. How many people have got a business plan for next year? Okay, not bad. Not bad, about 40%. Pretty good. Is your business plan written? Very good. That's a good start. So plan your year in writing, plan your quarter in writing. If you're having trouble hiring, change your ads. Change the place that you put your ads. Change the style of your advertising. Some great recommendations on other institutions to talk to when you're looking to recruit. Change your mindset and increase your marketing. So we don't talk about issues, we talk about opportunities. Every issue you've got is an opportunity. So Tom in the warehouse is hopeless. He can't put anything on the right shelf. Well, there's an opportunity, right? My opportunity is to train Tom to be the best employee I've got. Not an issue, it's an opportunity. Do you see the difference in terms of mindset, in terms of focus? So simple, but so powerful. Anybody recognize this guy? This is a gentleman by the name of Jim Rohn. Brought up in the middle of America in farming country on a relatively poor background, went to college for 1 year. There are so many Jim Rohn quotes I could give you that are inspiring, that it's incredible. If you've never listened to Jim Rohn, The Ultimate Collection on Audible, I highly recommend it. It will change your life. It will change your view of life, and it will change your life. Never wish your life were easier. Wish that you were better. How many problems in your business or in your family or in your personal relationships could be improved by you changing the way that you view things? Or by changing what you knew in order to change the way that you view things. Never wish your life were easier. Wish that you were better. Because the better you are, the easier life becomes, right? Jim Rohn, he has another quote which I am going to reveal here because I love this one too. How many people bought a gym membership and went for 5 weeks and then never went again? How many people said, I'm going to eat low fat for the rest of the year, I'm going to give up alcohol, I'm going to give up cigarettes, and then crashed and burned halfway through? If you really want to do something, you will find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. Those 80% of business owners' problems we hear every day are typically excuses about why they can't do something or why something isn't going to work. How many people do you know where you say, you know, I've been thinking about Tom in the warehouse again. I think if we did this, this and this, that would be really good for him, don't you think? Oh, no, we couldn't do that. It'd be impossible. Oh, it'd be way too hard to do that. How many naysayers do you know? Shoot the naysayers. Think about all of the things you can achieve with a positive mindset. Okay, so we had about 40% of people have a written business plan. That's good. That's good. I'm very impressed. 27% of the businesses in the country have no written plans or goals. No written plans or goals. And 70% have no written or unwritten plans or goals. If you add those two numbers up, you'll see there's 3% missing. What do you think the 3% are? The 3% are those with written plans. So there's a high proportion in the room, which is really, really great to see. But those 3% of businesses with written plans generate 98% of the wealth. They are the successful businesses. They are the growing businesses because they know where they're going. Does that make sense? Scary statistics. So what does a business plan need to look like? So for those of you who have a business plan, congratulations. I'm going to ask you some questions about your business plan. Hopefully I'll find some holes in it. For those of you that you don't have one, you need a written business plan. My favourite question when I'm talking to a client is, so you have a business plan? Yeah, sure. Show me. Show me the plan. Most people can't show me because it's all in here. Yeah, I know where I'm going. Want to achieve 3 million this year? Okay, great. What's the net profit look like? How many staff? Is the building big enough? Do you need more machinery? An unformed plan is not a plan. A written plan is a great, great place to start. So what do you do every day? Your mission. Really, really important to clarify that. What's your long-term goal? What's your vision of where you want the business to be in 5, 10, 15 years' time? What do you do for the world is usually the way you view the vision. IBM's view of that 25 years ago was a PC on every desk. A PC in every home, I'm sorry. Culture. What's the culture in your business? Does it need a refresh after COVID? USP. Are you familiar with the phrase USP? Universal sales proposition. Don't like that phrase. We ban that. So we call it UCP. Unique customer proposition. What am I giving to the customer that he wants to buy? All part of your plan. Marketing, critical. Revenue. What's my revenue target? What's my GP target? What's my net profit target? How many staff do I need to hit that? I was talking to a business owner the other day. 9 million this year, 15 million next. How many more people are you going to employ? Oh, don't know. Well, you aren't going to get from 9 to 15 million with no more staff, are you? So who are those people? What have you got to pay them? What have they got to do? And so on and so forth. You need that in your plan. And what systems do I need to employ to make my business more efficient? So I picked on marketing. What's the single most important thing, the single most important objective for your business? The single most important objective for your business. It's the same for everybody in the room. Anybody care to hazard a guess?
Marketing strategy.
Marketing strategy is a good guess, but it's not the right answer. 100% client satisfaction. That's what you're all here for, right? Because if you don't get that, you're not going to win the customers, you're not going to keep your customers, the customers are going to disappear. 100% client satisfaction is your goal as a business. Now, you now need to attract the people that you want to sell to in your business. So what's your positioning? What is your business? What does it look like? What does it offer? What does it do? What can I do for my client? I help business owners achieve their dreams, goals and ambitions. That's my position. What does your customer look like? Where are they? Where do they shop? Where do they buy? What do they look like? What's the messaging that you want to put out? What's the story that you want to tell about what you do to your prospective clients? What's the experience look like? So if you are a restaurant or a touring company or something similar, so I have a coach business that I coach, wheels coach as opposed to business coach. What is it they want to achieve? What's their experience like? They are the best coach company in the southwest of England, and their experience level is they are after a 10 out of 10 for every single thing that they do. And they tell their customers that. We want you to leave this tour having experienced a 10 out of 10 in customer satisfaction. And what do they do afterwards? They measure the customer satisfaction score, and they do a survey. How many people in the room have surveyed their customer base in the last 12 months? Okay, 5 of you. If you don't survey your customers, how do you know whether you're doing a good job or not? You think you're doing a good job, you think your experience is good, but why not ask your customer? How good are we? Do we meet all of your requirements? Is there something missing? Is there something else you'd like us to add? Not a difficult thing to do, right? Put out a survey to all your customers and ask them how good you are. You never know, they might come back and give you 10 out of 10. They might come back and give you 5 out of 10. And then potentially you're losing the customers to somebody else because you're not quite as good as you think you are. Content strategy, really important. You know, are you posting blogs on your website? Are you putting the appropriate things on social media channels? Anybody know what CRO is? So SEO, I want everybody to be able to see my website. CRO, the people that arrive, I want them to do something. It's conversion rate optimization. I want them to fill in a form or buy something. So getting people to your website is one thing, but converting them to customers, paying customers or registered customers is the second part of that. So don't ignore the CRO part. Social media, which channels do I use? LinkedIn. You're not using LinkedIn to generate business. You should. It's a very, very powerful tool. UCP, unique customer proposition. And then, of course, marketing systems. So business plan, yes, and then a marketing plan. If you've got both of those things, you're in really, really good shape. Your marketing plan generates your customers. What's the first thing you do when times get tough? What's the first expense you withdraw, typically as a business owner? You withdraw your marketing. Well, how insane is that? Times get tough, I want more customers, not less. Take away my marketing, what do I get? I get less customers. So it's the last expense you should lose, not the first expense. And of course, if you're going to spend £1 on marketing, let me ask you a question. You're going to spend £1 on marketing, and every time you spend £1, you get £1.10 back. How much would you spend on marketing? It's a rhetorical question. I'll give you the answer. As much as I want. Because for every £1 I spend, I get £1.10 back. If you're spending £1 and getting 90 pence back, change your marketing strategy. It's not working. Do you measure your marketing? There's a great question. Hands up if you measure the return on investment on your marketing. One person. Worth doing, worth looking. If you are spending money on marketing, and some companies will spend 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a year, are you getting that back in return? Are you winning enough customers to justify the expenditure? Our definition of marketing is buying lifetime customers, and we encourage that measurement, that test and measurement, to say that every time I win a customer, it's returning my marketing budget and some. Unlimited marketing budget. Spend as much as you like. Last slide. Thank you for your attention. Nobody's gone to sleep, which is really, really good. This is the formula for life and the formula for success. Looks really simple, doesn't it? Be times do equals have. Write it down, because it is the formula for success and the formula for life. What do I want to have? My business wants to hit 10 million this year. Okay. What have I got to do to hit 10 million? Well, first I've got to write my business plan and my marketing plan, and then I need to figure out how many people, how many widgets I need to sell, what I need to make, how many services I need to provide to have that. Okay, if I'm going to do all of that, who do I have to be? What knowledge do I not have that I need to do those things to have what I want? So a very low percentage of you in the room said, I'm reading a business book. Who controls the marketing budget in your company? Hands up if you control the marketing budget. Okay, so seven or 8 of you. When did you last read a marketing book? Hands up. Okay. How can you possibly be an expert in marketing if you're not up with the latest trends, if you're not reading, if you're not gaining knowledge and information based on what it is you're trying to achieve? So that's the formula for life. I want to have a Ferrari. What have I got to do? I've got to earn 200 grand's worth of dividends next year in order to buy my Ferrari. Okay, who have I got to be to do that? Oh my God, I've got to be somebody different to what I am today. I need to know this. I need to know that. Okay, time to get learning. So business life, personal life, that is the formula for success. Make sense? A few nodding heads. It's always good. That's it. We do a lot of pro bono coaching. So I'm the founder of the largest coaching practice in Hertfordshire. We're just moving to Dorset, so we're opening an operation here. I've got 3 of my colleagues in the audience. We do a lot of pro bono coaching, and the way we usually do that is we say, look, my job is to inspire you as a business owner, to inspire you to want to do more and to be better. And we do that through gifted coaching sessions. So if you're interested and you want to have a chat with a qualified business coach, then there's